got nice look videos on YouTube. Oh.
Hello, video. Welcome back to Minor Illusion, a bunch of us gamer friends who sit down and play some Dungeons and Dragons. We're going to be one down tonight. I'm so sorry for the people who missed their Belgian Batman. He is not here tonight. Doom will be joining us next week as he has prior commitments. They would disallow him from joining us today for 114. But we'll have a couple of announcements to get through. First off, check out minorillusion.co.uk, where you can find out all of our links for our Discord community page, our Twitch page, our YouTube page, our Facebook page, our OnlyFans page. Scratch that, there's no OnlyFans yet. Justin's still yet to do the art for that. We also have... What?
I don't do those kinds of drawings, so fuck off.
Did say it?
That's
OnlyFans
a
is not an
shame.
adult site.
I was looking forward to having a sketch off of Alvy pole dancing as well.
If you want to do that, you can do that yourself. You've got some art skills yourself. You can do that one.
Fair and fine.
And also, we have our
here.
Genki browser extension, which you can download to take use this in the stores to get discounts on your purchases. At the same time, you support us with those purchases that you do complete. It's February. Apparently, it's Black History Month. There's 2 Black History Months that seems to be run between October and February. But to our friends, remember this is a safe space. We love everyone. Everyone's welcome here, and you're all welcome to continue being here and find this place a safe place to be, no matter who you are, where you come from. Just don't be a dick. But Lorna, speaking of people, what's happening over in the MS People's place?
Oh, actually, there was an interesting article that got sent over to me earlier today from the Sun, sorry, not the Sun, the Daily Record. I always get the two of them mixed up. It's like Brandon. So there was an interesting
There goes our
article.
sponsor.
Hmm?
There goes our Sun sponsor.
Sorry. Yeah, it was an interesting article about how the Scottish Government benefit rules are being essentially discriminatory against some individuals with multiple sclerosis, as well as other people that have varying conditions that impact them differently day to day. Basically, for anybody that has gone through the PIP, DLA, any benefit assessment to do with your condition, there's an element in regards to your mobility. And the rules that I went under was the PIP rules, and it was a case of if you can walk unaided and unhindered over 45 meters, then you're fine, but under 45 meters or with a mobility aid, then you would qualify for mobility points. The article on the Daily Record is stating that the Scottish adult disability payment process, so the system that's meant to be replacing PIP is meant to be more fair and a bit more human, as a 20-meter distance rule instead of a 45-meter distance rule. And because of that, a lot of people aren't getting the mobility rate that they should be because the criteria is cut by half, and it also doesn't take into account varying situations where somebody's mobility can be worse one day and better another day. Now, as somebody that does use a cane part-time, I do need it more times than others, and it's for a variety of different reasons. Could be weather conditions, could be that my legs just hurt, could be that I'm getting over a bad vertigo spell, and there's just a whole host of factors that isn't easily visible. There are times where I can walk like ages and I'm perfectly fine, but other times I can barely walk the length of myself, and I'm 5'5.5". And if I'm being brutally honest as well, most people have no idea what the hell 20 meters is. I mean, we don't walk around with those big wheel things to measure distance as we're going down to the shops. I couldn't tell you how long 20 meters is. So basically, a lot of people are up in arms about this rule change because, again, it's less than half of what the original rule was. So it's being challenged in order to make it rule a bit more fair, which was the whole point of the system changing up here in Scotland. So for more information about that particular article, by all means go to the Daily Record website, it is on there. And I don't think it mentioned about any sort of petition, but it is certainly something that MS Society Scotland is looking to challenge directly with the Scottish Government in order to make that rule fair for not just people with MS, but people with all sorts of mobility, like your range disorders, because again, it's not just myself, there's plenty of other people with different conditions that are part-time cane users, part-time wheelchair users. You can't, it's not really fair to say, oh, if you use that, then you must have to use it all the time, otherwise you're faking your disability. No, that's not the way it works. It's like having hay fever. Like, you wake up with hay fever one day, you think, right, okay, I'm not feeling as stuffy. The next day, you're blinded by snotters and you can't breathe because you're getting taken out by the neighbour's gut rose bush. So, you can't just mar it all with the same bloody brush. So, anyway, that's my rant over. I've had my 2 cents. There isn't a protest, there isn't a petition or anything on that website, but it is certainly big news that is to be challenged to make it fairer for everybody. And on that note, see if you do have somebody in your life that is a part-time cane user or a part-time wheelchair user, don't ask them why they're suddenly using something or why they're suddenly not using something. Just accept that, okay, they're having a better day than usual, or okay, they're struggling a little bit, and just treat them like a human being, because the amount of people that give me a funny look when I take my cane out of my handbag, unfold it and start walking with it, even though I wasn't using it like 2 seconds ago, honestly, it feels really friggin' dehumanizing. It really does, and I'm sick to death of the looks that people give me because of it. Anyway, again, rant over. Go to mssociety.org.uk for information about fundraising and more positive sides of supporting people with disabilities. Back to you, Lima.
You're muted.
Aye.
I scored 4 points for my mobility assessment, which is quite good actually. To do struggle with walking.
Well, I
Talk
mean,
about it
by
Monday.
the way, by the current criteria there, that is pretty good, because that lassie that was in that article, she got hee-haw because she could walk perfectly fine on that one day for 20 meters. But again, the following day, she might not be fit to walk, which is ridiculous.
Yep.
Okay. I think that's everything. So, I know for the people who have the interest for yet tomorrow, it's Pancake Tuesday tomorrow, guys. Don't forget it. Go get your pancake mix, bring it home, and start making pancakes. It's an awesome day.
Baking pancakes, making bacon pancakes. Get some bacon and put it in a pancake. Bacon pancakes.
And that's an interesting rendition of Baking Pancakes by Mistress Luna.
Unless she was in character, could have been Alpha 4.
I stand
Tried to
corrected.
gain all the bardic inspirations.
That is a beautiful rendition of Baking Pancakes by the famous Alvey.
What can I say? I love that idea. Unfortunately, I'm not a bacon person. Sausage, however, oh yeah.
Disappointed in you now.
What? It just means more bacon for everybody else. I like turkey bacon. Be thankful I didn't say vegan bacon, because that is the worst of the worst. I know.
We're tolerant of some things, but let's not. Let's jump into the next session of D&D with Minor Illusion.
Yeah, that would work if my strength wasn't -1.
Welcome back. So,
Actually, question: is Hordo not technically the squishiest member of our troop?
I mean, Hardo.
Yeah, Hordo, the child.
Haldo.
Well,
Haldo.
to be fair,
Haldo's not with us.
he's not a part of our group. We simply just rescued him, and he still tags along.
Yeah. Let's face it, we've adopted him at this point.
But here's the question, where is he?
Did we not leave him in the Mantra's house?
Sorry, I know the
Yep.
last time I saw him, and he fucking scared the living shit out of me because of the fucking being frightened for the next creature that I see, and the DM decides to put the child in front of me.
Oh yeah, so he's not in that room anymore. He was up and about at the time.
So, last week, Lunar Eclipse awoke from their rest after a quiet night with a few bits of elements of story to share between them after finding some secrets in different rooms belonging to the Lunari state. Upon waking up, the party found this unusual slight resonance of mist in the air, this swirling magical effect that seems to be permeating throughout the sky.
I don't like it.
To the point that they discover this is something called a wild magic storm.
Yep. And you were warned and you didn't fucking listen.
Indeed.
I wasn't expected to get one or two twice.
Tempting fate, Farron decided to cast spells to trigger a series of events of explosions, invisibilities, polymorphs, and many other effects. Notwithstanding, he is now taller than he used to be. Also, substantially less hair. Also has a beard for feathers. I should say feathers for beards. After this all calmed down, and the forbiddance of casting magic, fearing more combatic events to occur, the party finally left the safety of the estate and proceeded southward through the forest towards this village of Saru that borders towards the Glanasari from the Dojin Empire, Dojin Kingdom. On the way, the party arrived and found themselves with an obstacle, a strange mycelian and floric circles, which they later found out to be fairy circles. Traps laid by fey creatures that are used to lure and subdue other creatures, and they met a fairy. The fairy itself explained the situation, was actually trying to force adventurers to try and help it, as a huge dark beast had taken up residence nearby that the fairy feared. With a little bit of reluctance, the party agreed and proceeded in the direction of the cave that this creature took up residence to find themselves face to face with a young sphinx, an onyx sphinx. And that's where we left off after the greeting, which seems to be friendly. I'm so sorry. Seemingly friendly sphinx who seems to be running from the scourge, the roaming undead that currently swarm the citizens to the north. So why are you here? Looks purely into each of you closely.
Just going by, travelling through.
Yeah, ended up chatting a little bit with the fairies nearby. We understand that you may have given them a little bit of a fright, which I'm sure you didn't mean to, but we just want to ensure that everybody's agreeable.
What's fairy?
That's
wee
actually a
things
very
that
good
way.
question. You know, outside where there's little rings of rocks and mushrooms, the various little circles on the ground.
No, I have not ventured outside this cave for a while.
Right. Well, they pretty much make those little things just to mark their sort of territory. They're perfectly harmless, but because they are quite small, they're very easily intimidated by things that are larger than them, us included.
I see.
I mean, I could
Yeah.
probably show you what one looks like.
Yeah, that'd actually probably be helpful.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute.
Do it.
Storm's still
Do
on,
it.
isn't
I'll
it?
cast my illusion.
No, wait, Mantra!
Roll d20 for me.
No. Oh god, why
A
did I agree
D20.
to that?
13.
13.
I'm moving away from Mantra.
So at this
Uh-huh.
point, he watches you
Um,
literally run off. You cast a spell, and then you freaking out, and it's getting a little bit intimidated. And then you all of a sudden this thing materializes and things is like, you're very strange.
Yeah, I kind of forgot before I agreed to let her try and cast an illusion spell to show you what a fairy would look like, that there's a special type of storm outside that doesn't exactly let magic work the way it should do, so I do apologise about that.
I just
I
been
mean, I can try again.
No. Let's just get a bit of parchment and ink and just draw what one looks like.
That's boring.
I know
What's your
it's-
sense of risk?
I know it's boring, but considering that spells aren't working the way they should do, we're trying not to offend or hurt or ire anything right now. I
Or
think maybe
fireball.
yeah. I mean, I'm sorry, but Exhibit 8, and I'm just going to point at Farron. You want one of them as well?
I already have more hair than that on my face.
Okay, let me rephrase that then. Do you want the Sphinx treatment and then have that? I know you know what a Sphinx is. Wait a minute. I'll just see myself out and continue digging the hole outside.
The hole? The Sphinx looks astoundingly confused. By the way,
Excuse me.
I just been given this girl just gave me her phone number. That's why I'm like this.
Oh.
Okay. Excuse me. Do you happen to have a name?
Thanks for a second. What's the name?
Well, what do people call you?
People? You're the first people I've ever met.
Okay, let me rephrase that. What about your comrades? Others that you've encountered or socialized with?
Others, it's only me.
Do you have any friends or traveling party?
Travel alone.
You're
Family.
completely.
What's a family?
You never spoke. Have you spoke to anyone before?
Only
Doesn't
those
have to be
who
humanoids.
entered my domain in the deserts who tried to wound me. But it looked quite frightening.
So
I
you've
slaughtered
not,
them and I fled to here.
So you've
Cold
not had
here.
any. So you've not had any companions then?
No.
Interesting.
Uh-huh.
Well, unfortunate. Um,
And what age are you?
Age.
Yeah, like, how old are you?
How many moons have passed for you?
Moons. I have not been
Okay.
counting.
Do you know anything outside of your desert realm?
Seen people trading, drowning before the evil undead. But
Do you dislike the undead?
tried to kill me. The one with the
Then-
red face ordered them to attack me.
So,
We're potentially on the same side then, because
Mhm.
we don't like the undead either.
Yep. We want to try and
See.
get rid of them. And would you like to venture with us? See a little bit more of this realm? Maybe find new comrades and maybe somewhere a bit more comfortable and more your
I don't know,
climate
it
to
might not
have
be
to.
safe. It might not be safe for this majestic creature to travel with us. We're not going through the safest of areas.
It's going to do an
Perhaps,
insight check on you, Liv. So that's a 17. Make a persuasion or deception check, depending if you deem it majestic or not.
Okay. Make a what or deception, sorry?
Deception or
Persuasion.
persuasion, depending on what your actual intent was.
Deception or persuasion. We're
when it
both the
comes-
same, so that's a 24.
Steps up to you and goes, majestic.
Well, yes, you're a sphinx.
What is that on your neck?
It is a ring
No,
round a chain.
that. Looks right behind your ear. You can see it curled in your hood.
Oh! My companion, and I pull out Silvio.
Tilts his head, looks at it. A celestial. Pet. Steps back and moves away. Scythe?
Her companion.
See.
Summoned to be able to give aid.
Well, not so much. More just companionship.
Looks at Total for a second. Hers is bigger.
well, Toto is a different species, so he will have different characteristics like size and traits.
Leans down and looks at Total. This one flies. Looking at Malfoy. Dan's currently in his days. I don't know what's going on his date because he's currently not being piloted properly. You don't have a companion. Looks at you and Niece.
No.
Why not? You don't protect those, they're small.
I help protect those that are around me. Or at least I try to. When I don't get felled myself.
Well, we all protect each other.
Yeah, that's what being part of a team is. We look out for each other.
But yes, the small creatures outside are somewhat scared and trying to stop people going past.
Do you mean you want me to make them my companions?
If you
That
could convince them that you could protect them, then that might actually be ideal.
Interesting.
After all, it would probably be a bit more enriching for you as well, because, like, don't you ever feel lonely or bored in here by yourself?
No, I just listen.
To what?
I told you. Everything.
Interesting.
Dragon that rose and fell within its lair.
Can
To
I
the
roll?
mhm.
I was going to say, can I roll a perception check to, like, listen with the Sphinx, see if there's anything interesting that
Yeah, go
he's
ahead.
getting from listening? That is a 32.
You listening. Other than the breathing and all the other traditional ambient noises, you hear nothing. The wind, trees whistling from outside, but nothing that you interpret that it's referring to. You can hear.
Do you hear voices at all?
Yeah.
Since you said you've heard a dragon rise and fall in this lair.
Yes, and another dragon. There's been other dragons recently.
You must have very
A
sharp
blue,
hearing.
a red. The red was loud. Very loud.
Can you hear them now still?
No, and they heard the screams of death.
That's a relief. I was going to say you must have very good hearing. All I can hear is the sounds of nature. Which I'll give you that is pretty peaceful. I can see why you enjoy it.
No, I use my abilities to perceive happenings as it's from the safety of my own, my new sanctum. You can see the undead, where they come from. The gate that they pour through.
Which gate are you in relation to?
An ancient gate. I don't know what it is. And the person that leads the undead has often returned to it to bring more of these undead.
Definitely
we,
not good.
we were under the belief that the undead were people have been felled by other undead as like a plague.
To be fair, it's probably both.
Possibly.
They wouldn't have if you were a necromancer and you had a surplus of bodies that weren't getting used. You really think you're not going to use them, and if you have the chance to get more bodies from elsewhere, you're not going to do that as well. Especially if you're amassing an army.
Mentor and Alvar, you came across this before. Give me a history check.
I think I have come across it. I think you've mentioned it before. So that is a good roll. So
I mean,
very
in
good roll.
fairness,
27.
I'm very much getting Dark Portal vibes here, but 16.
15. You both do get this part. There's always been more undead than mathematically possible. It never made sense how there could be this many, given the smaller populations in the desert, especially in the Doji and Alarian desert. It never made sense how there could be so many undead for the number of villages and settlements in there. There's a wild fear that these could be long forgotten corpses that have been buried under the desert for so long. There's even wilder theories that there used to be a civilization before Dern came to Austro. But nobody truly knows why. As for you, Mantra, there is knowledge that the undead seem to be coming from something that's been called, for lack of a better term, the Mouth of Darkness. It's a large hole in the desert. It extends down into a deep cavern below. No one's been able to venture near it because of the near limitless number of undead that roam the area and protect it and spew out of the mouth of it.
Yeah, I think I've heard of a place on which you speak. Not seen it yet. But I do fear that at some point we may be tasked with going there. Was it close to where you lived?
That's a good question. I'm gonna say no, actually. Let me do that properly. No, I live south, near the cities that once bristled with life.
Well, it has been an absolute honour conversing with yourself. Do you think there is any chance that we could try and see if maybe you could speak to these pixies? What was it?
Fairies.
Fairies.
I like.
Maybe you
I
could
tell
see
you
some
what.
companionship.
Tell you what. If these fairies require protection, you will need to persuade them. I won't be able to do that. They already fear me. But I would require payment for their protection. I have
What kind of payment?
an idea. How far have you travelled?
It would be redundant me answering this because I don't know.
As a group?
Uh,
Or myself? Because I travelled quite a lot before I
In
grouped up
general.
with these adventurers.
You see, I have the ability to peer into the information, the lore behind individuals, places. You
So
tell me
I've
those places,
probably
and I can
done.
peer into them, and
I've
then
probably done a few laps.
and I could potentially draw up a knowledge upon them. Really describe a name of a place, a person, or an object, and I will
What was
learn of current
What
tales,
was that?
forgotten stories, and secret that other people may not know.
What was that desert city that Mantra and Nix went to as kids? Again,
The
I
Austral
forget
Trade
the name.
City.
I've been to the Austral Trade City. I've been to Mercador. I've been to Piccolanasavi itself.
I'm fairly well travelled as
So-
well, so
As part of our contract, every now and again, send me a message, and I'll respond with 25 words. Brief information I can give. I can only do this once a day.
I can do it 3 times a
And
day.
what would you like?
I'm referring to not
What
the
would you
sending,
like to hear in your message?
just anything. One word or whatever you want me to look into, and I'll return with a message. And if I have the ability,
And the payment, the
I get to
mentioning
learn more
a few
about the
place
world.
names.
Tell me the name of a person, or a place, or an item.
Silvio Elinari.
All of a sudden, the eyes glow, and then its head raises a little bit, and then it kind of like spaces out and remains motionless as you see it to be casting some sort of spell. Seems to be still casting.
And I look round at Neeson and go, did I do too much with the name there?
No. Clutches her staff and begins muttering to herself for a second. Her head tilts and as if she's listening to a whisper. Thanks, old man. This will be a while.
Mm-hmm.
Legend lore. It's a powerful magic. It's the ability to learn things. Past or present.
Oh yeah, okay.
I just lean over to Mantra and just like whisper, "This is actually quite interesting."
What do you mean?
Just the focus, like the intense study.
I hope it didn't trigger a wild magic surge.
Just don't look outside.
I'm also intrigued to hear what forgotten stories or extra information there might be. You lived quite a long and fulfilling life before me.
Mm-hmm.
She had lots of stories of her past. There's a Farron here can demonstrate elves can live considerably longer than us.
Well, to be fair, I don't think they can normally live as long as technically I have. If you want to count the gap. So,
Yes, but I'm sure you probably remember living more than 100 years.
yeah, I'm about 102-ish, not including the gap.
See?
Sorry, 109, if I want to be exact.
Yet your gap was millennials.
Yeah, apparently apparently 892 years of a gap.
There's one big gap.
Yep. It'd be interesting to see what the Sphinx says about me.
Sorry, did I ruin it by giving a name?
No,
I
I just
mean,
want to see what happens first.
in fairness, so that's a good shout, maybe for on the way back. You know, since you have zero knowledge about Yourself.
I get wee glimpses here and there, but yeah, like recently I just had a wee bit of a memory of being essentially in a tank, and someone called Darkweave was on the outside talking to some scientist.
Darkweave.
So you were a lobster before.
So does that make you happy that I robbed the Darkweave cartel before?
I don't know. I just remember from that particular memory, I was in a essentially a test tube, if you want to call it that, and green goo, and Herberos, or however you want to pronounce his name, was talking to some scientist about trying to bring back something.
Intriguing.
So after 10 minutes. That was awful.
What do you mean?
A moment of love.
What did...
Happiness, excitement, anticipation turned to dread, sorrow, and pain. She was killed at the moment of her happiest in her life, and suddenly her life was snatched away.
Yes. I was
Because
hoping for
someone
something
did not
different
pay their
as
deed.
a story. The deeds?
Yes. Apparently, the deal was not met by one's mother. Interesting. Mothers. Huh.
Yeah, you're probably going to be thankful that you don't have one to contend with the more stories you learn.
And so they punished Silvio Linari for that person's transgressions.
It was my fault.
Did you just not invite your mother to your wedding, or
I don't know who my mother is.
did you get along with your future mother-in-law?
To an extent. We stayed civil.
She looks down at you. So you unionize.
Whose mother?
Yours.
What?
Mine.
Dulce said at you.
Did you get a name?
No. It was all centered on Silvio Linari.
Oh, I should have gotten my name. So, I didn't pay something I wasn't aware of, and as a result, it's somehow my fault.
I wouldn't even necessarily say it's your fault, because how can you be blamed for something
No,
that
if
you
it wasn't me, she would still be alive.
Yeah, but you clearly have no idea what the heck this was actually like outstanding, so how can it be your fault?
Can
Still,
Can I insight mantra to see if she does actually remember what it is that she never kept to deal with? To see if she's lying about if she does remember that or not.
Yeah, go ahead and make an insight check.
I'm just curious.
I got a natural 20.
Okay,
Complete
so
poker face.
19 on the die with plus 15.
We are matched.
Oh,
34.
Yeah, bang on 34.
So, you do sense genuine confusion. That's all you
Okay.
sense. Whether it be from deception or from truth. All you feel is genuine confusion.
And probably some remorse and sorrow.
You can't be blamed for something you didn't know about. You can feel that way if you want, but it's just going to make you feel worse than you already would.
exactly.
I now want to know who my mother is. I never really paid too much thought. When I was growing up, I was told not to mind that.
You were never curious at all about your heritage off of one side of your family, effectively.
I was told I was abandoned.
And that never
Left
sparked
behind.
any sort of curiosity.
Why would I care about someone that cared not for me?
That's just more like, because like, most people would be at least a little curious.
I mean, I am. I've been trying to look into tabaxi. I've been trying to look into where I might have come from. But as I said, I've not seen many tabaxi at all. I've seen like 1, 2, actually.
So you were tabaxi.
And one of which was killed.
Interesting.
I wonder. I hope
I
you
mean,
don't.
apparently we come from warm, like jungle-like places.
That would
Or
explain
deserts.
why you can move around so fast.
Honestly, I think that kind of climate would actually suit you, my our new friend, since you did say that it's a little bit cold here for you. But I'm curious, so that ability that you just did, does that work for seeing somebody's life from beginning to completion, or just up to the current point in time?
I've never used it to look in the future before. Mostly
Mostly for
current
events that have
tales,
already
forgotten
happened.
stories, secrets.
Do you think it could be used for the future?
I don't think so. Luna, oh god, right. Give rolling a Karna check.
Can I help in this? With knowledge of
How-
arcane?
How would you like to? Oh,
With the fact that he does have some knowledge of the arcane.
given you won't be able to help her specifically like this, but what you can do is also roll.
Sure.
Yeah, so I don't think I'll know much because that was a 14.
Okay.
What I'll do is I'll use knowledge from the past as well to add a d6 onto it. Okay, so there's a 6 on the d6. That is an 18 on the d20. So 24 plus Arcana, that is 29 in total.
Do you just count that up so long just to flex how what you rolled and your result was?
No, motherfucker, you know I'm dyslexic. I count slow, so I can make sure I get the correct number. So fuck you.
It's called math.
Alva, apologies for my intrusion, but you sounded surprised at tabaxi. Have you seen tabaxi before?
I'm sure I told you this actually, didn't I?
No, I'm talking to the Sphinx.
Oh, sorry.
It didn't actually sound like you were talking to over there.
Yeah, I thought you said my name first. That's how I was. That's how I answered.
No, she was apologising for cutting in front of you.
Oh, sorry.
Alvar, no idea. Farron, there are some magics in this world that would allow foresight. You're not sure if this is one of those spells. The way it's being described, you probably think it might be something else. Because this sounds like something different to any temporal magic that you think. Never heard of a tabaxi until now. Fortunately, I will not be able to look at what a tabaxi is until maybe tomorrow.
Just gonna kind of point to Mantra and kind of go, you kind of don't have to wait.
Oh, I can't use the ability anymore.
I thought you meant that you wouldn't be able to investigate what tabaxi are until tomorrow, but
That's right.
But Mantra's a tabaxi.
I believe our esteemed friend is talking about tabaxi as a race as a whole.
Ah, whoops.
Rather than
Not
just
just
Mantra's personal experience.
Right, sorry, I misinterpreted. I thought you meant like you just look up what a tabaxi is in general. Rather than deep diving on like you guys as a race, so my apologies.
I'm curious, how often can you do this?
Once a day. I have a lot of things to now learn about between now and my next offering. Yeah, cat running.
Yeah, pretty sure that was Paula shouting.
Okay, you getting into mischief?
Like always, she's fucking Houdini, so she always somehow gets out of the wee enclosure we've got for her.
You can continue talking. I've got a lot to think about just now.
I mean, don't know quite what else really to say.
I know I
brutally
rudely
honest.
interrupted you when you were asking if it would allow someone to look into the future.
No, not at all. It's not for anything dire, but it's just more curious than anything about like your other capabilities.
So, just to give you a wee bit of confirmation there, Alviver, from what I can guess, this kind of particular spell that they're using or ability, I think it's specifically more up to the present situation. There's other things that could potentially see like a wee bit into the future and give like a wee bit of advantage that way, but not in this circumstance. Why did you just make that face, David?
Turns around and looks towards the floor in front of Mantra and casts Minor Illusion and creates an tabaxi. Displays an image of a tabaxi slightly darker fur, same eyes as Mantra.
Who's this?
Jeepers.
Your matronage.
Oh
I
boy.
want to commit the image to my memory.
To your keen mind.
So she doesn't forget after 30 days?
So as you're staring at that,
I also kind of want to know at some point a story of how I came to be under Demiantis' care.
all of a sudden, a big cloud of fog appears around the Sphinx.
You cast a spell, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
You can see it moving around, its ears and its wings going around. It says, "What's happened?"
Did you cast a spell?
Yes, I cast Minor Illusion.
I
Yeah.
did say about the storm outside impacting magical
It
abilities.
moves out of the way of
didn't
the
I?
fog. It just looks at it, sidestepping away.
Don't worry, you'll be fine. It'll go away in an hour. It happened to me earlier.
An hour?
Wait, so
Yes.
wait. You saw my mother in Sylvia's story. How did you see her? When?
Many cycles ago. Many. All I learn is a story behind her death.
So was it her that killed Sylvia?
No, it was another elf. So I learn what elves are. This is exciting.
So
Yeah.
I was...
It looks like you.
Yeah.
Looks was niece.
2 different types of elves. More than just one type, by the way.
Show me her.
Sorry, I'm just...
And he goes cast my illusion again.
I'm moving away.
Total quickly.
That's two natural ones.
Someone's gonna be rolling dead.
No. That was the initial roll.
Oh, on the D20.
All of a sudden, it goes to cast a spell, and all of a sudden, disappears. And it comes rushing into the fog going.
Yeah,
So you're looking for this person with dark leather, hood, red eyes. And he goes up and inspects it very carefully. And just studies carefully. Come on, did you have a high enough score? Yep, she does. So that's a 15. She kind of drops her staff at this point, and she actually steps back in horror. The Sphinx itself is looking at these.
Who was it? Do you recognise?
My little sister. My
Does she
sister.
always have those red eyes?
No, I haven't seen her since I was taken. Before I was taken.
What was her name?
She's at this point speechless for a moment. Sorry. Elinaru. Sorry.
What, sorry?
Elinari. Sorry.
Elinari is my surname.
Elinaril. Elenaril.
world is full of revelations.
She actually leaves the cave. And the Sphinx is perpetually following her. Watching her.
I'm gonna follow.
Oh, this is a bit interesting. What's a sister?
A sister is someone who shares the same parents, or one of the same parents.
Are you two sisters? Do you look alike? Do you and Oliver?
No.
I think she would have killed me in infancy if I was her sister.
Those actually been taken aback from that comment.
In the best way possible. But no, absolutely not.
I have a sister, but I don't think my sister shares any blood connection to me.
But how are they
We
sisters?
just
They don't
grew
share
up
by
together
birth. I see. Then you must be sisters
under
because
the
you
same roof.
are together. Both seem to be, like myself, a female type.
It's more than that though. Like, you can be sisters by blood or by familial ties, but being sisters doesn't just mean that it's like two people connected because of gender. It's that it's hard to explain, but it's basically like a feeling of like your love and respect for the other. That
But basically, you feel like you belong to the same family.
yeah, exactly. Like your sense of belonging.
I see.
Whereas when it's a sister by blood, you don't need to have that sense of belonging because sometimes you might not feel like you belong, but you're still a sister.
Mm-hmm.
It's confusing. It is.
Very.
I mean, you still tend to have that like ability to depend on the other.
Well, you could think of it as two definitions for the same word.
Mm-hmm.
One is by blood ties, and the other is by the sense of family and relation.
So towards Van's End, are you their sister as well?
Would look good in a skirt.
No. I'm. If that was the case, I'll be a brother. And no, I'm not. They work for me. They're my servants. I look after them like they look after their pets. I see you are the leader.
No, he is not. He's delusional.
He likes to think himself the leader.
Maybe you should fight for leadership. She
No,
sits down
we-
and just crosses her paws and just looks at you.
PvP, PvP, or in this case PvE, since Vanzad isn't here.
No, it's PVD. Player versus DM.
We don't fight for leadership because none of us feel the need to be in charge most of the time. Is fighting for leadership something that was common where you're from? I know that you said that you had a lot of people that would challenge you.
No, she never said that.
Yeah, the Sphinx said they would have like your people come to try and take him down.
We said that,
It
she
was
said that the
undead
undead would attacked her when she was in her lair.
I was just in case there was like your more like broad spectrum than that.
No, prior to that, she had no contact with other life forms.
Fair enough. I misinterpreted then.
Yeah, the only humanoid she's actually seen other than dead or ones that used to travel between cities in the desert.
Is Nice just staying outside the cave, or is she going walking?
She's sitting down next to a rock. Her staff is across her knees.
I'm just gonna stand against the wall next to her and just keep quiet. Just keeping an eye out.
Yeah, she just doesn't take care of noticing you.
That's fine. Like I say, I'm more just trying to keep an eye out around her.
So the Sphinx itself continues to look at you free.
Another thing you might discover is some people find the truth to be confusing. Because that's the
That's really
situation I'm in just now.
So I'm still trying to learn half the things I've seen.
Yes, it must be confusing for you.
Oh, we'll ask. There's this large monster that flies around the sky. There's just a couple of small ones of them. They're very large. Bigger than this cave.
I know you don't mean dragon, because you know what those are.
Would it be the ship?
Ship?
There's a few ships in the sky.
Well, they
Does
make
it
loud
have, like,
bangs and explosions, and they were shooting into the city
humans,
to the north.
dwarfs, and yes, that would be an airship.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose it was making a lot of noise. It was very massive.
Mm-hmm.
No, it is. It's not too pleasant when it goes overhead, is it?
It does serve a useful purpose, though. It helps people that cannot fly on their own to cross great distances.
Well, this has been exhausting. I've not spoken this much in a long time. Walks off.
Thank you for your insights.
Mm-hmm.
And would you like me to help introduce you to the creatures outside?
That was our agreement. Please honour it. It flumps to the ground.
Yeah. Well, no time like the present then, shall we?
Yep.
Mr. DM, would I, if I try and use telepathy to the Sphinx, is the Sphinx out with 60 feet of me?
Yeah.
If I'm up? Okay. Cool.
I'm going to walk towards where the fairies were. Actually, I want to try sneak up towards them. Like, kind of casually walking, but in a way that might be out of line of sight. So it won't look like I'm stealthing if I'm caught, but you know, like that thing where you can quietly walk up behind someone and they don't notice till you're right there. So yeah, I want to try and sort of sneak up on fairies.
So as you leave the cave, after a few minutes of well, I'll say a few minutes of walking, after about half a minute of walking, you eventually find yourself outside, finding Nice and Farron just outside. You look down the hill towards the valley below. Just a short walks away is the clearing that you met the fey creatures from before. Do you wish to continue?
Yeah, but I'd like to try and walk a little bit more light-footed from this point. They might see me anyway, but you know.
Would you like someone that speaks Sylvan to come along with you? In case the fairies don't speak common?
Yes, please.
I'll follow behind. And I'm distinctly following her footsteps because she's stealthier than I am.
I'll stick back and I'll just lead your guide the Sphinx along.
I mean, there's a chance you could still snap a twig that I didn't snap. Did I see the fairies?
Give a perception check.
That's a no.
Can I join in on it?
If you
Since
fall
I
down.
didn't say I was following her. Okay, that's
So I got a 12.
19 plus 12. 19 plus 10.
So as you approach this, the clearing is actually very vacant. There's no circles nearby, and you don't see any of the fey creatures.
What about the items?
All gone.
Okay. I'm just gonna.
With that perception check, you do see mud trail heading south.
I'm gonna telepathically say to Mantra, look south. The mud trail. Does it look like something's been dragged, or what kind of trail does it look like?
Can we tell?
So as you take a little moment to try and find it, it's a foot trail with feet indentations in the soft grass and dirt. These are same footprints, but in the same size as looks to be more or less a medium creature. Humanoid.
I'm again at telepathic, so that way we don't get heard. I'm gonna say to Mantra, do you want to go slightly on ahead and I'll go grab the others?
I might not be able to talk to them, but sure.
Well, if it's a medium creature, medium-sized like us, I don't think it's a fairy. Fairies are small. Very small. And I'll just start heading back to grab the rest of them. Wait, in fact, do I send message? No, yes I do. Does, based on where we are, if you use message, this is going to be interesting. How far away would we be from Alweaver on that?
More than 120
I'm tempted
feet.
to use message, but using the earrings.
What's the range in the earrings?
If I remember correctly, then.
I know that I've got one.
I know I don't. So would they be in range for
Is
240
a
feet?
Sphinx in range of 240 feet?
Look, given how far you had to walk, no.
Okay.
Cool. Then yeah, I'll start light jog, trying to be quiet so that way whatever it is that's walked the other way doesn't hear me. So I'll just roll a stealth because why the fuck not? It's quite low. That's a 10. But I'm not really being overly quiet since I'm kind of trying to run.
As you watch the trail, it appears to go southward, quite far south. Crosses the road to the south as well, as you can see, it leads to the road itself, but you would have to travel about a couple of miles south to really see how far it truly goes.
Okay, that's not the way I'm going. I'm heading back to go get Alvaber and that.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Today. Okay, you head back up with no issue.
So I was just trying to get the group together so we don't split the party, you know? Yeah, the fairies have kind of gone missing. Something's where we saw them went south. We're going to follow, see what the fuck it is.
One moment. Okay, I turn to the Sphinx and go, it looks like there may be a problem with, hello?
I'll try
Good.
speaking
My
into
friend?
the Sphinx's head. Wakey, wakey.
Ah, good.
Panic
back
banishes on
Oh.
Halvor. Can you make a wisdom saving throw?
Oh god. I don't like when you ask me to make saving throws, particularly wisdom ones, but thankfully that was a 19
Sorry,
that I just rolled,
charisma.
so
Apologies,
27.
charisma.
Fuck. That is downgraded then. That is a 22.
That's fine, it's a save. Fine. Didn't explode.
I'm just going to say I only did that to try and wake you up. You were sleeping.
Sleeping.
Yes, you were
Yes.
snoring.
Right.
Pardon the intrusion, but slight problem with introducing you to the fairies. It seems that something more intimidating than you, amazingly, has scared them off and has made tracks where their like little rings were.
Hmm.
Would you care to join us to investigate it?
No.
Okay, would you rather that we come back and get you then when we're ready to introduce you?
I guess.
Okay, and you'll be safe here on your own if Toto and I go and investigate?
But I have a new weapon now, this chaotic magic. Made me.
Keep in mind, that's not going to be a permanent thing. Because, can I show you what I mean? And I just kind of beckon us follow me to the entrance of the cave.
Removes. I just not leave the room.
Okay, if you're not up for it, then that's fine. Like, you rest here. We'll be back to see you again. It was nice talking with you.
Thank you.
Hopefully, when we come back, we can continue getting to know more about each other. And maybe by then you'll maybe think of a name for yourself. I go with Toto and go whistle at him, like, yeah, come on, let's go. And I just run off to go and join the others.
And this time, Mantra's just been slowly following the trail that Farron pointed out.
Okay, make a survival check.
Okay. 16.
Okay, you're able to keep control of it. It does fade a little bit and reappears every now and again. The shape and size of the prints and wear is not inconsistent, but the different textures of soil definitely impacts how deep it presses into. You have a sense that this is definitely going to go on for miles. You look down a hill, a slope, which you see the bottom of, and that is easily about 500 feet to 600 feet away. You can see it can still continues.
I'll just slowly follow, knowing a group's going to catch up soon.
Okay. Farron and Alva, what are you up to?
I start running.
I'm just trying to catch up to the group.
It takes a short while, but eventually you do catch up to Mantra, who is sneaking. Mantra, after covering another 500 feet, you definitely feel this is going a lot further than you realise.
Yep.
This is a substantial detour. Nice looks down at the trail. I'm not going to think she's going to be able to figure this out.
What would you need to roll to be able to try and work this out?
Not what she rolled.
No, I mean, and what kind of check would you need to roll?
Well, she's investigating the footprints itself to try and determine what it belongs to, and she's not able to.
Can I give it a try? Because why the fuck not?
Make a investigation check with disadvantage.
Cool. Cool, that one. I don't know shit. It was a 19 on that one.
Sorry?
Screw you. I got a 19 and a 1. So that's a nat 1.
A total of?
6.
It's a footprint.
Yeah. It looks some nice mud.
She got a 9. I don't know what this is or what it belongs to. It's not human, it's definitely not fairy.
Oh, well, that's obvious. It's bigger than fairy.
Yeah. And she just walks away.
Logically, are we going to just keep following this down, or do we, not sound bad, but do we really care?
Well, I would more so say we care in order to get more information from the Sphinx, because that's been useful.
I mean, he kinda fell asleep after you guys left, so I don't think he's in a major
Well-
hurry at the moment.
You mentioned that part of the deal was this, but to be honest, that seems more like the our side of the favour as opposed to his. Or
Yeah,
hers, sorry.
I mean, they
You
understood
said
when.
he, so.
Sorry, yeah, my apologies. Like, they didn't seem too vexed about the in diversion. If anything, they were kind of indifferent to it. They just wanted to have a nap, and I honestly don't blame them. Like, those spells looked very tiring, so I think they understand, like, yeah, if it can't happen now, but if we honor our promise in time, then it'll be okay. Especially because I think they're kind of reluctant to come out of their cave at the moment.
Lima, see the trees that are around us? Is it like heavy forest top leaves or canopy? There we go, that's the right word I'm looking for. Or is there like a lot of space in between the trees to see the sky and shit?
So the trees are quite old and quite high sprung. Like look walking through a shorter redwood forest. The autumn leaves you see falling every now and again from the trees.
Cool. Fuck it, because why the fuck not? I'm trying to be good and not use spells, but fuck it. Using 4 charges of my Staff of the Aegis to cast Arcane Eye and have the eye go up and have a look, see how far ideally this is going to, how far this path that we're following is leading. Would you want me to roll another perception check to see through the Arcane Eye?
No. Who's perception? Actually, no, sorry, you haven't really rolled a perception, so go ahead.
Oh, I did roll a 29, I think it was.
Earlier before
find
we
the
back.
path.
So where are you sending the eye to?
I'm just sending it up, trying to follow the path that we've been following, same direction, and see if it looks like how far that path is going for.
This definitely goes much further south. What's the range on your eye?
The range itself, it can go up 30 feet. But it says has normal vision and dark vision out to 30 feet. And it is basically an omnidirectional eye.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, 360 vision.
So how far would I say that it looks like this is going to go on for?
Miles. A whole day's journey, at least.
I'm just going to say, if we keep following this, it's likely going to be about a day's journey. Are we willing to commit that?
Well, the prayers are gone. If they're gone, they're not going to be barred by the Sphinx anymore. I say we can just get on and continue.
I mean, realistically, all we're doing is following a massive track. I mean, there isn't really any evidence of like what has actually happened, and surely they've not got all of the fairies.
Yeah, some of them might have been hiding back where we were.
Exactly.
Niece, you deal with lots of creatures and whatnot yourself. Do you have any ideas? I'd be
No.
quite willing to listen to you.
It's going to take us a long time to even go that way. And she looks towards the east at the moment and goes, is it worth it? I guess she can give you lots of information. The agreement was also a revenge or protection of the underwind. She seems really distracted.
I'll go over and give her a hug. Because I know she's just seen
She
our
actually
sister
pushes
stuff.
you away just now. She puts her hand on your shoulder and gives you a squeeze. Make room.
Sylvia.
Wild shapes into your hood. You just hear that in the back of Manta's back.
Sounds like someone's having fun
And
in
they're
your hood.
purring. Well, that was interesting.
Yeah.
Cat orgy. 2 cats fucking in a cat.
No comment.
I don't think that's what we're doing, but
A bunch of pussies
Let's
being
just
pussies
comfortable.
fucking inside a pussy's hood.
again, I don't
Right.
think that's what's happening.
And why else would two cats purr? Just
Affecting
walks
Because
away.
they're
in general.
cozy.
Puddles.
So, group consensus here. Keep following, potentially waste a day, or turn back.
Potentially waste 2 days if it's a day's travel.
Exactly.
You're not quite sure how far because you're not really able to determine from here how long it would take you to drive for. This could take a
I'm
week.
I'm only saying what I believe to have seen. I don't speculate on how much more over that it could be.
So what are we doing?
I think given like the bigger priorities that we have, probably best that we just leave this. 'Cause, I mean, realistically, like we can't just go interfering in absolutely everything that we come across.
Oh well. He Van Zandt begins walking back along the forest path.
I'll follow him.
Somebody might want to tell this being said they're off the hook.
I did say to him, I did say to her that more than likely there's going to be a delay in introducing the fairies to them. So yeah. What? Oh,
Wee
He's
man's
conked
crashed
out.
out.
Yep.
oh, my cute little level 1 human.
He's level
Ah,
4.
No,
He's
wait.
almost level 5.
Sorry, yeah, I beg your pardon. Level 5. She's
Nearly.
got strength modifier of 1.
Yeah, I've got him weightlifting, so he'll get that. He'll get his bonuses to his strength modifier eventually.
fuck it. Third level sending. What D20 do I need to roll?
Oh,
No,
yeah, go on.
for the Wild Magic search table.
Just
Is
D20.
it just a 16?
So, as you cast your spell, your lights of your eyes begin to glow, and you begin speaking your words, and nothing else seems to happen. Nothing happens. It's a 16.
You cock, don't do that to it.
Oh, you also meteor lands on you afterwards.
Cool. Cool, I'll just get ready to start up a new character then. I'm gonna say sorry to wake you. The fairies that we were talking about earlier seem to no longer require your assistance.
Just yelled on me, doesn't he? No response.
But we are still willing to give info, and that's 25.
So it takes a moment. Eventually, you get a response. Okay. Check it every now and again. I'd love to hear more. Thank you for not trying to kill me.
I'm not using another third level just to say you're welcome. I am not doing that. That's the Sphinx updated, by the way. Let's go.
Okay, so we're going to take a break because we have another one to put to bed who's decided to crash out after his feast. So back in... we'll be back in before 9 o'clock. See you guys soon.
See you in a bit.
And welcome back. I heard myself echo there. I heard it. If he's loud again. So, as Lunacup decided to abandon its investigation to the disappearance of the berries, they begin their journey again towards the village of Saru. Who would like to roll the next D20?
Who was it that rolled the last one? Because I don't remember.
Was it Doom? Alvivor.
Offer, nominate somebody.
Mantra.
Okay, Mantra's going to cause our doom. Watch it.
4.
Well, it's gotta be somebody, hasn't it?
So what is it?
The only reaction I can see is his eyebrows go up. Now he looks confused.
So that rain, that medium rain you're having right now. Intensifies to heavy rain.
Good thing I have a big pointy hat that has a brim around it.
And with this heavy rain, actually no, that's right, that's the wrong one I moved. Oops. The heavy rain. No, sorry, it was already heavy rain. That reminds me, because the thunderstorm was going. So this means... What are you all wearing right now?
I've got my coat with the hood on.
Okay.
My normal armor. I'm just checking what cloak.
I know I currently have my cloak of protection on, just not attuned to, so it keeps my clothes dry, and I've got my hat on, so I should be fine.
Mm-hmm.
I've got my cloak of displacement.
Okay, so we'll say you've got some medium wearing weather clothing, enough to insulate you, prevent you from suffering the ill effects of cold, but while you remain dry. So you're rapidly getting colder and colder, so it is getting a bit ridiculous to travel. You will find that your line of sight has been reduced to only 120 feet. And I need to roll a dice to see if this thunderstorm intensifies or if it becomes extreme weather. Okay.
Yes.
Would anybody like to roll a D100 for me?
Sure. 53.
53. Okay, so... 53 would be a 3. I should just use calculator. 53 divided by 4 is number 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14. Wait, 13 didn't it say?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Lightning is continuing to willow and the green mist remains. But the lightning turns purple. And the clouds up ahead begin swirling slowly.
Might be an idea just to find somewhere to camp.
Like a Pokeball comes out, like a Pokemon coming out of a Pokeball, and he transforms back into a humanoid and she looks up at the weather. Oh god, well, what have you guys done?
Nothing.
What
Yeah.
have we done?
Cool, let's not a fight with anything that's magical, because that will be not fun. This is an arcane storm.
Fuck me, why does everything have to be arcane lately?
Well, it's quite good, because you'll find yourself spells a bit more powerful now.
Well, they
But
still...
spells against us are also as powerful.
So, let's find shelter, shall we?
Yeah. Don't know about you, it is a bit cold.
Yeah. I'm starting to feel a wee bit cold as well.
Yeah, and she rolls on the magic table because that fits still in place. Nothing happens, but big, huge vines suddenly break out of the ground and create a canopy shelter above you to shelter the rain. It comes down and digs into the ground, creating a loop over you. Do miss the magnificent mansion we used to get. Looks at you for a second expectantly.
Don't look at me.
You need to study more.
I'm a sorcerer, I'm not a wizard. I can make black tentacles and psychic lances and shit. I don't fucking make houses.
Cool. Doom, I think we need some fire. Can you go get some wood?
Good luck getting stuff that isn't completely waterlogged.
That's not a problem. We've got 2 people with precipitation here.
Yeah, I suppose.
So she's created a vine-like structure, which seems to be giving you a room of about 5 by 5, about 25 by 25 feet. She's made it quite large, enough for him to walk around in. And says, "Can you dry the ground, guys?"
Start.
Sure. No, start casting.
Yeah.
Okay, roll some d20s.
How many do you want?
We'll say we need 25 in total.
Wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
All right, 15.
Love, should we just do 2 at a time from each of us? So we can just make it faster?
Sure. 2 15s.
Fine.
An 8 and a natural 20.
Roll 2 D100s.
Fuck. Always be. Okay. 23. That's cooked. 34. I don't like his face.
So nothing happens as far as you're aware.
Mm-hmm.
And your next spell deals with maximum damage.
So does that mean the maximum precipitation is done on the floor of the
Aaron,
shelter?
Yes.
you're looking a bit blue in the face.
Fuck off. I've turned blue.
You turn blue. Permanently.
Vibrant blue.
Vibrant blue.
Are you fucking kidding? Permanent blue.
Your skin turns a vibrant shade
Okay.
of blue.
I'm
Has he
going to
still
roll 2
got
more.
the feather beard?
Still got the feather beard, still tall, still bald. Blue Man Group!
2 more. I've got a 16 and a 14.
Fine.
Here goes my next 2. Let's see. Am I going to grow taller again? 13 and a 7.
Nothing.
So that's 8 between us so far now.
2 more for me. I got a 2 and a natural 20.
Roll twice on 100.
Twice. Okay. I got a 2.
Here we go again. And
You're
what's
not
your
gonna like
other
what I'm
roll?
about to tell you.
And what's your other roll, Liv?
A 22.
No, I mean, alright, 22. Sorry, just realised. Sex spell gets you. Creatures have a disadvantage spell when you cast the next. For any spell you cast the next minute, it revolves a saving throw.
Okay.
So, Liv, I need you now to roll 10 D100s.
Okay.
I will need to get this.
That is a 35.
Roll a D10 for me.
Okay. 9.
You kind of
Interesting.
thin out in the face a little bit and your height shrinks. How old is Mantra?
Just checking.
Because that's about to fucking change.
26.
No, you're not. You're 17.
Well, from 26 to 17.
Yep.
Oh dear.
So
What do you get?
Is she still 6 foot tall?
Oh, we need to adjust that for your age. You probably lose a few inches.
I'm waiting until she's done all her head.
Yeah. What's your next one, Liv?
1 second, I'm just adjusting that height.
Just a wee tip. Just take a note of what happens so that way you can just do it all at the same time. It makes it easier.
I don't know, I'm just going as I go. 28.
Alright, Farron. Hairless. 6'4", full, and vibrant blue. Mantra. Younger. What was that roll there?
28.
You have quicken spell for a whole minute. On your next spell.
Okay.
Interesting.
61.
Mantra has now got disadvantage all stealth checks from now on for a little while.
She said 61. Yeah. I get what you mean.
Yeah. And your next one, Mantra?
So, just so he actually makes it clear why you would have that for the next minute.
You
Whenever
shout.
you talk, you're
Shout
shouting.
and shout when you try to speak normally.
This is going to be good.
86.
There are now 3 more mantras fading around her. You just cast mirror image. And mirror
Okay.
image actually lasts for 1 minute.
59.
You gain a spell slot
Sorry
back. Lowest level.
Sorry to interrupt, Lima, but camera feed.
Oh yeah, I'm on session cameras. There we go. It's okay. They exist. Except that one. He's not there.
How many do I have left?
6.
I've lost track.
We'll see 5.
Because I'm like, I got younger, I shrunk. No, that was just part of it getting younger. I got mirror image, I got quicken spell, I have to shout. Wasn't there a disadvantage thing as well?
Yeah, people
No,
have
but-
disadvantage on save rules against you. And you just
Yeah.
regained your low spell slot.
Okay, so how many do I have left?
5.
Okay, and what's 70?
Everybody around you disappears. Everybody around you disappears. And everybody around you disappears.
I can't see myself.
Next one.
Okay.
Everybody has
and
invisibility for 10
27.
minutes. 27. You have quicken spell again.
Okay, 49.
So as you're speaking, you suddenly go mute. Bubble, 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 bubble.
Pink bubbles are coming out of your mouth whenever you're trying to speak.
Okay. And 84.
Roll
I
a
hope
d10
I
for
don't
me.
kill some of you. Oh.
What do you get?
8.
Your hood gets lighter. Everybody else takes 8 necrotic damage.
That's not nice.
You only lost your familiar. I've turned blue, lost my hair, and got a fucking feather beard.
11.
Roll a d10.
Yep, roll a d10. So
1.
So you're now 5'11".
No, I already adjusted the height for going 17 years old
What did you get?
Okay,
to 5'4", so
You're now
then
5'3".
go one less.
I'm just getting tinier.
okay.
Look at the little kitty. How much has she
Okay.
got?
Just, am I done yet?
Is she?
I think there was one or two more. I've not fucking been keeping track. DM, that's your job.
You got a roll.
It's got a point.
I'll let you know when.
79.
That's not a sexy number. So you see nobody here at this point, but you do see suddenly in this area where Mantra was standing, petals and butterflies begin to circle the area.
Well, there's still some mantras here, is there not?
Oh,
From
the
mirror image.
mirrors
mirror
are
image.
invisible as well. Okay, what did you get?
I would love this if it was in combat. Fucking double nat 20. I would love it if it was in combat.
Roll 4.
No. Yeah. So I have already rolled one of them.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, you know this is gonna be bad.
My dice do not like
we're
me right
we're
now.
gonna need a calculator for this.
Okay, 13
not
rolls
a
to go. Go
counter.
for it.
Yeah. Fuck. So 55.
You swear you see a bit of a hair starting to grow on your forehead again, and all of a sudden it just goes.
I I go bald again for another 24 hours.
Yep, resetted your timer.
Son of a bitch. 15.
15.
Not bad.
The next bit, you gain 5 hit points.
Yeah, I guess I'm back.
Heal.
Bad to take away from me.
Oh yeah.
Okay. 59.
You gain your lowest level spell slot that you expended.
Oh yeah, I get my
Sending.
use of sending back.
Okay, number 10.
We've got 10 left. Yeah.
10 left. So 1 in 10 chance, so we'll restart this roll again.
76.
All of a sudden, ooh, big bright light. Mantra, you're blinded. Number 9.
34.
Next spell does maximum damage.
Seven. That was
I need everyone to make a dex saving throw,
Oh god.
including Farron.
Okay.
I'm not gonna like
28.
this.
That's a save, so you take absolutely no damage to this.
19.
Fail. And fail. Total?
Well, doesn't
Just doing
my dodge thing need me to see it?
Does it?
Uncanny dodge when an attacker hits you. No, it doesn't. It's a different one. I'm confusing it with an
Yeah.
evasion, I think.
So these is failed, what about
19
total?
for total.
So you 4 failed. I need you both to take 48 points of fire damage.
how much?
48. Maximum damage on a 3rd level fireball.
Fuck!
All of a sudden, Francis is outside and he's hearing this weird. And all of a sudden, the vines just split right open.
Oh shit! That was a bad combination of numbers. That took
Very
me
bad.
to less than half health. Fuck me.
Sorry.
Right?
What the heck just happened there? I say that as I just like lick my finger and thumb and just put a wee like your singe on Toto's fur.
78. I turn into a sheep. Oh,
Cast polymorph on
I
yourself.
cast polymorph on myself, so wait, let me check. What's
You-
the saving throw for polymorph? Polymorph is a wisdom 20, DC 21 for myself. Let's see. I highly doubt I'm going to pass it. I don't pass
I
it.
can't cast that.
Let's find the randomized polymorph table.
But it says sheep on the thing.
Does it?
Yeah. If you fail the saving throw, you turn into a sheep for the spell's duration.
Okay, I was going to roll a D100 and get you to turn into
Hell,
anything.
if you want to do that, feel free.
Too late. You stopped me. Okay,
Cool.
7.
100.
You regain all sorcery spell points.
I've had that like 3 times in this one day. Before
Number
anything,
6.
before I'm going to use bonus action to convert fucking sorcery points into a spell slot.
Okay.
So I'm going to gain an additional fucking trying to remember what's the fucking cost wise for this. Scroll down. Okay, I'm going to create a 5th level spell slot with 7 sorcery points.
Cool. You'll get those sorcery points back after you get that fee again. So number 6.
Yeah. Bang on 90.
You are super invisible. No one can
Okay.
hear you for a whole minute.
Cool. I'm a sheep. Ma.
It's blah.
34.
Dear God. Next damage spell you cast max power.
No.
Roll up to the 7. 7 or 8, you're dead.
23.
You become even more blue.
Yay. I become a darker shade of blue.
4.
Well, it's just a blue sheep now.
87. What is 87? Cool.
Why?
Oh,
Um,
yeah. And
Mantra, you have fly on you.
Oh, cool.
how many left?
3.
Oh, I saw the 10 one, the D10, and it was a 1. I then looked over at the percentile. I saw a 0 on it. Thank fuck it was a
That's
1
10.
as well. So it's 11.
Yes, I mean,
Well,
so
yeah, 10.
it's a 10, that's different.
No, what?
I need you to cast
would be
7.
11.
I need you to pick 7 targets. You can repeat.
Don't know. I don't know if I can
I'll roll them.
because I can't see people because people are invisible.
Oh.
1 for Mantra. 2 for Mantra.
Don't you need to see to do that?
Magic missile. Each dart has a creature that you see within range.
This is
So
the thing.
technically, I don't
Everybody's
see any.
invisibility has been dropped because of the fireball, including yours.
I don't know what I dodged.
I mean,
Technically,
in
yeah.
fairness,
Okay.
how could you have not
So-
missed that?
2 for Mantra. Sorry, Alvor. 1 for Nice. 2 for Nice. 1 for Toto. 3 for Alvor. 2 for Toto. So 3d4 plus 3 for Alvor.
Give me a second.
2d4 plus 2 for the other 2.
Okay, so 3D.
No Van Zandt?
3D4.
He was number 3 in that row.
4. I'm 1 off getting max damage there out of the 3D4. That's ironic.
Actually, so yeah, you've actually max damage. You know
Yeah, his
what?
next spell has max damage.
So Alvor, you take 15 points of force damage.
God.
Nice and Toto both take 10 points of force damage.
No more, because my wolf has been beat up enough.
I'm already a half elf. I know the feeling.
Next 300.
97.
You hear faint ethereal music.
Hey, something magic I can play along to.
Last one. Unless you roll 1 or 2.
Okay. Don't give me a 1 or 2. Please do not give me a 1 or 2. Okay, the percentile is cocked, but I've got a 1 on the D10.
Oh no.
61.
To be fair, yeah, that 60 is right next to 00.
Mantra no longer does have a disadvantage on stealth though, since whenever she's talking she's got
You
bubbles
shout.
out her mouth. No, she's got bubbles.
No,
No, he's talking about.
Varna has that effect now.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
Yay.
Do you still wish to
No.
continue
Can we
doing
do two more?
the protestation, considering everything's now wet
Yep.
again?
Well, would
I'll
it
do
be
2 more.
Everything's wet again. Everything
No.
just dried.
Fireball.
The fireball
Yeah.
blew the cover away.
Fuck.
Let's set up the cover and continue it.
Okay.
Mm.
No. Puts a thing down and says, counter spell everything from now on. Every spell slot. Or I'll do Thunderstrike on you.
I was going to offer if we just wanted to teleport back somewhere. I've got
No, let's
a
just-
stone from Mantra's Tavern.
Oh my god, I just
can grab a
realised.
stone here.
You know what? How
So we can go
about we
there,
just...
sleep, then come back.
How about we just have tents? I'm sure you guys bought tents with you.
Yeah.
Yes, we have tents.
Let's just do tents. Oh my
How about we
god.
do this the old-fashioned way and just deal with the damp ground for a bit?
We're so relying on magic. I'm never doing magic again.
And this
Again.
is
I'm
why I
slightly
found-
tempted to do unseen servant so that I don't have to put up my own tent.
She holds an item in her hand that looks like it's a spell component. Looking at you, Mantra.
You all
Hmm?
need to learn how to live without magic one of these days.
Now to put up my tent.
I know, baby.
See, I know I don't normally put up my tent by myself. I always use my mage hand like this. Mage
No,
hand.
no, no, no,
Roll
no.
d20.
7.
Everybody deck saving throw again, please.
Oh, fuck off.
How? What? 7?
Fireball.
How? What?
Yeah, fireball.
7 is casting fireball.
And I also need you all to.
No, from a roll a d20, yeah.
So roll a deck saving throw. Oh, from. Oh, sorry.
That's
I
the
just realised.
D20.
Yeah, sorry.
That was a d20, yeah.
Yeah. By the way, any saving
Not a
rolls you guys
D100.
do, you need to also roll a negative d4. Any attack rolls you do, you need to add plus d4. That's the arcane
What?
storm.
Okay.
Wait,
Make
sorry,
a
say that
survival
last part
check, group survival check to try and set up camp the old-fashioned way.
So did my mage hand work?
Your mage hand is there. It just didn't
Cool.
explode. You.
Okay, what's Mantra's DC for this?
For what?
For no,
It's
never
still
mind,
fireball. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no
I
fireball.
forgot about that.
You pointed it
said
out.
You said survival. 23.
27.
So so it's just a check.
So 9 for
17.
Van Zandt.
Do I get advantage because of a mage hand?
Yeah, go on. And it's 15 there.
Still 17.
17, okay. Takes a little while, but you guys are able to set up camp, at least in a suitable way. You, however, do not have any dry tinder to set a fire. Okay. Stack them here, Van Zandt. Puts them in. He goes, and he looks like he stepped back, but actually runs away. Dry them. And
No.
I will light.
I can't. I'm a fucking sheep.
We are not using any more magic today. Give me them sticks.
Okay, prestidigitation. Mantra doesn't care.
No,
15.
no, 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 no,
Control
no,
fire.
no, no.
Control.
Hands.
Gets of fire ignites and no wild magic effect occurs. If you guys don't mind.
Come on, it's a
pets,
low risk of
she
shit
just zips into her
happening.
own tent and just. Yeah.
Guys.
Now, I don't know about yours, but I want Silvio back. I accidentally killed her in a surge.
Okay, you're gonna
Yeah.
do a ritual cast.
How long do you think this storm's going to go on for?
Until the next check, which will be 4 hours.
Because I've still not really slept alone since.
Right. So you are no longer sheep. It does take more than a minute to set up camp.
Good. I just think I'm still a sheep and start keep eating grass. Probably not do a grog.
I'm just going to just try go in with Nice. And if Nice says fuck off, she'll summon us familiar.
She looks at you. That was a disaster. That was funny as shit. But annoying. That was a perfectly
feel
nice house
smaller.
I built. Pouts.
I just look at Nice.
Yes.
Funny as shit. I am fucking blue.
And bald.
I'm sorry, but
I'm
She reaches
never
out and
beard.
she looks like she reaches into her pouch and she pulls out a cocoon and she reaches out and points towards you and begins to
Mancha
catch
stops.
balls. Okay.
don't even think about it,
What?
honestly. Look at
I
my
was
poor
going to turn you
boy.
into a sheep again, since you were complaining.
What did you say, Matt, love?
Mancha just stops her. She just puts her hand in front of her hand.
Okay. He just is. He just.
I
goes,
feel more nimble, so I think these spells are useful.
They're not.
I mean, I'm flying.
Right. I think I'm gonna call it a day. So I'd appreciate if we don't cast any more spells while I'm asleep. That way I don't have to bury my wolf in the morning.
Well,
I like this girl. I'll tell you. I'll drop the message and I'll let you know what she said. She's amazing.
I thought you were talking about Nice saying it.
No.
That's
she
what I thought
volunteers.
as well. I'm thinking, oh, I'm in there.
Well, she's kind of like that to
So-
you guys at the moment.
What?
Nice.
Mm-hmm. I think I've got time to. I want to think just now. You might just learnt what happened to my sister.
Should we set up a watch group since we don't have magical protection? A
I
watch order.
don't sleep.
I'll be up in a couple of hours anyway, so. And she just lies down, digs into her bag, and pulls it tight, and she just curls her head. And just.
Mancha's
bows her
going to
head.
try to lie in with her and put an arm over her.
You're wet.
I can. Oh, yes.
Don't.
I am.
I don't want to be super dry, and then wet again without a tent or sleeping bag.
You've got my tent. Come on.
Go dry off first. Go shake like Toto.
I'll
Seriously, you
shake
smell
the
like wet dog.
old-fashioned way. I'll try to shake the old-fashioned way and sort of like pull
Not
all of the
in my
water
tent!
off I can.
She puts her foot up and she pushes you back out of the tent. Says, "Go dry off properly." It's still heavy rain at the moment. It's actually, so it's not even heavy rain, it's actually monsooning. So one thing you guys do notice is the water levels are rising. There's a lot of standing water.
Fuck.
But you're on a hill.
Hmm?
You're on a hill, which is 5 checks to choose a suitable location. Ooh, that doesn't have a lot of running water around it. But I could change it to if any of the rivers uphill decide to burst. Then you'll have a very wet awakening.
What I would do to help divert the water around the encampment I'm going to use telekinesis to pick up like any like bigger rocks and embed them into the ground behind the camp, so it helps divert the water around them. And I'll do that with 3 5th level spell slots, because why the fuck not?
Wait, what are you going to do with the 5th level spell slots?
I'm using telekinesis to pick up any big debris that I can see, to put it behind the camp, like uphill, to help direct the water so it's not coming directly into the camp coming down the hill, but going around the camp.
Okay, make your
If that
first
uses
d20.
spell slots, is that spell?
Telekinesis is a 5th level, and I used sorcerer points to gain an additional 5th level, so that's 3 5th levels. 7, 19, 15.
5100s.
Nothing. Okay. Move for a survival check and a bit of guidance from the others who are still awake. You think you've made a suitable dam.
So before Mantra summons her familiar, she's going to try for cuddles off someone else, and she's going to go up to Toto and try cuddle him. Does he let her?
Toto.
Mm-hmm.
Where is Toto right now?
He's in my tent with me.
So you pile into Toto's Alvar's tent.
Yeah.
You hear rustling behind you as Mantra, the big wet cat, has arrived. Who looks a lot smaller than you realise due to her de-aging and shrinking.
Have you taken off your boots or something?
Probably. Well, my boots are still on. I just, you know.
You must have snapped a heel or something then, because honestly, you look a little different. Smaller almost.
I feel more flexible and thinking like this storm's good.
Yeah. Me and Toto would disagree, because he's been flambéed.
Anyway, I struggle to sleep, so I'm gonna crash in here. And I'll see if Toto lets me cuddle him.
You'll forgive us for conking out, like, regardless of company, because cards on the table, like, I could do with a
Just
bit
stop
of a
talking.
rest. Alright.
I would like the whole party to go ahead and make a long rest. During your eventual watch, I'd like you to make a perception check.
I was supposed to say wisdom. Wait, someone's cast a check on me. Okay, perception. Come on. Ooh, 26.
26, and roll a d20.
4. I don't like it when he does that.
Stage 1 monsoon becomes a stage 2 monsoon.
Oh no.
You're welcome.
Still very cold, thankfully.
Is there still a wild magic storm?
That's the thing. I need to roll the d6 again to see what happens. So the Arcane Storm disappears. However, and the Lightning Storm disappears. wild magic storm still persists.
Fuck off.
Okay.
This is seen to lift us
Well, I
all.
don't know about yours, but regardless of this, I still want Sylvia back. I did try hold off till the morning. So I'm going to walk over here. And I walk about 31 or 34 feet away from people to the side. And I'll cast, as a ritual cast, Find Familiar.
Okay, roll d20 for me.
10.
I'll be back.
Can you roll a d100?
Okay. That was 2d20s. Why did I roll that? 48.
So, you hear these hooves heading by. Just a bit of a splash and squidge, and as you see the cut from your tent, you see this creature off to the distance, a white, ivory coloured creature. It looks like a horse.
Hmm.
You just
I want to
realise
go see it.
that's actually right next to your tent. It sticks its head in, and you see the long
Well, I did move
face.
34 feet away from the group, so
Yeah,
I'm
oh, sorry,
following
sorry,
it.
yeah, right next to you. It appears right. You look around. You all of a sudden, as you begin casting, you see this thing reach down and starts eating away at your herbs, your incense, thingies inside your ritual. Trying to eat some of your material components right now.
Hi there. I'm going to reach up and give it a wee clap, a wee pet. Hopefully it doesn't see my horn.
It's just eating some of the incense herbs that you use for your ritual, preventing your ritual from being successful. This walks around you and moves behind you, and this walks towards the camp.
Do you understand me?
It's going over your back, sniffing around. It's now brushing into the bag of holding. He picks up
So I'm going to chase it away.
bag, a little small thing, looks like a bit of food. He drops it on the ground and begins eating it up.
I'm going to grab it off and see what he's got.
Just turns around.
Come on, that's my stuff. It would be funnier if you were pink, because then you would be named after my
Does
pub.
a 17 hit?
Tavern. No, it does not.
So all of a sudden, turns around and jolts his hoof towards you and tries to hit you with the hooves. Try to give you a kick. Just turns around and he goes back into your bag and tries to fish for another one.
No, I'm going to grab my bag away and just close it and hold it tight.
At this point, you guys are actually hearing this as well.
Shoot!
Picks up your bag and begins walking away with it.
No, I already said I grabbed it away, so
Your
can I at
backpack,
least
not your
roll?
bag of holding.
I would have had that with me for my stuff for summoning familiar. And it moved over to my bag of holding, so it moved 30
Sorry,
feet.
it moves
so...
back and picks up your bag of your backpack and begins taking that away.
Guys! I'll run after it. I'm pretty sure I would have followed it. Come on.
Looks at you over your shoulder, at you, with your bag hanging from its teeth. Mantra's being robbed at the moment by a unicorn.
Wait, what?
Well,
Yeah.
somehow I was at its face, I grabbed my bag of holding from it, and somehow it teleported 35 feet away, and then it grabbed my backpack. So... because apparently Mantra doesn't follow it.
And apparently they're immune for the effects of the storm if it's been able to live through it.
It hasn't cast teleport yet.
So, can I get my bag back, please?
Drops the bag and just suddenly disappears. You hear a giggle. A woman, adult, giggling.
Okay. I mean, I'm pretty sure Mantra loves this weather because I'm pretty sure her goddess would love it. Would be Leva's favourite time.
Yes, surprise, surprise,
Okay,
motherfucking
so-
surprise.
So as you look around, the bag is no longer there again. It's disappeared. Make a perception check.
What? So that is 18 plus... I can never see it. 10, so 28.
28. You look around frantically and you can't see your bag of holding either, but then you spot it hanging from the branches above you.
How did I get my bag of holding? I said I was holding it.
When you're holding your, when you're looking up, you feel like you're still holding your bag of holding. And when you look down, it's no longer there. And
It's just me the unicorns playing thanks with. Where's my backpack?
you see you know those little seeds that spins down from one of the trees all the way down and lands on a triangular leaf.
Okay.
And then the wind blows it away with the war. Briefly, give me a quick religion check.
Well,
You got a weird feeling that looks like Lyra symbol. For a moment.
if it's for your own goddess, why would you need a religion check?
Because you need to have a little brief to put the triangular shape of leaf in the thing that's spinning round. You with a 10, you were able to make that connection. If it wasn't religion, it'd be a 15. If it wasn't a religion you've ever heard of, you're looking at about a 30. Mantra, make another D20 check for me. It's a D20.
Oh, where's my bag? Have I seen it?
It's on the branches still.
You said my bag of holding is on a branch, but where's my backpack?
Also, next to
Since it
both
said it
hanging up
dropped it
on
and then it
the,
disappeared.
both are hanging on the branch,
And whereabouts is it?
about 10 feet in front of you,
Like how far?
above you.
Okay, I'll climb up and grab them. Did I manage to finish my spell? It was a 10-minute ritual cast, so...
It was interrupted. You'll have to start again.
Okay.
But you will need to delete one portion of your material components because the horse ate some of the materials. Sorry, horse, the unicorn river. Good old wild magic can do many cool things, especially with plant-eating animals.
I'm running low on these actually. Jesus, I only have 2 left now. I'm going to cast it one more time as a ritual cast.
Give me a d20.
15.
Nothing happens. After an hour, you are able to successfully... You hear the meow, but you don't know where it's coming from. You look up the branches above you.
Whereabouts are you, Salvio?
Meow! Meow! With your prior perception check, you spot Silvio above you on the same branch.
Was that you?
Meow! It looks like Silvio's trying to jump, but it's hesitating.
I'll hold out my hands.
Yeet!
I wonder if Salvio will look at me funny because Mantra's like a lot younger.
Surprise, surprise, fucking surprise!
So Silvio leaps down without any effort, because in how light she is, lands safely in your arms, and she burrows into the hood, and she actually grabs the hood and pulls it over herself, and buries herself inside. You can feel her shaking her foot out of the side of the corners, trying to get the water out of her paws. So, for the first part of the day, please roll a d20. Mantra. I want you to roll earlier.
17.
17. Cool.
I don't know if it then when he says cool it is actually cool or if it's just dangerous for us.
Yeah, I don't know.
So the monster relaxes into a heavy rain. It gets a little bit warmer, but not by much. Still cold.
Cool. I'll just get up from where I've been sitting all night and get my tent put away and shit. Wait for the rest of them to wake up.
No, people are awake. They're just doing their usual daily thing. As for the 17, Mantra, can I get you to roll d8, please? Because you had to result 4.
8.
See if you give us that fucking.
Oh, this is how you got your wild magic, Storm.
Oh god.
That's why I'm saying see if we get that wild
This
magic.
is what?
So you hear a heavy explosion in the sky, and another one, and all of a sudden you see these streaks of light flying across the sky, and another one, and another one. As you can see, stars shooting. Lots of them.
Ooh.
Lise looks up and goes, "Huh, meteor shower."
Any
Chasing
special
stars.
effects?
You don't know yet.
No, I'm looking to Nice.
Apparently you can wish for things, and some people say they come true, but
Just because he's trusting what she says, he's just going to look up at them and wish for my memories back. For shits and giggles. But not saying it out loud.
I need you to roll a D100.
Mantra also has a wish, but she would try.
I think we'd all have a wish, to be honest.
Okay, speak your wishes.
97.
Okay.
That Silvio was never killed at that wedding.
Roll a D100. Genuinely. Alvor?
I think I'll probably just wish for something daft, like I wish for Toto to have this match me with his lifespan.
17.
What about you, Alvor?
Sorry, did you not hear me? I said for Toto
No.
to
Do you need
match
to roll your
my
100?
lifespan.
Yeah,
Sorry.
roll a D100.
Sorry, beg your pardon. Two seconds, I was just looking for my D10s. That is 94.
Okay. $90 for Nice. Doom, I need you to roll. If he decides to make a wish. But before I tell you what happens, I'm going to call it there.
Intriguing.
Mm-hmm.
I already know if your 6 wishes have been successful or not.
Excuse me.
There's a high DC,
Okay.
so 1% higher.
So the 17 is probably not successful.
I predetermined the number and I wrote it down. One or more of you may have hit it. Probably one of you, maybe. We'll see. But we'll let you know if any wishes come true as a result of that. Yeah, join us on Saturday 5GP as we head for round 16 as we leave the deserts tracks themselves and head over to the United States of America for a race at Colta, sorry. There we go. A Circuit of the Americas, where we're currently at 4 races win in a row, and we're going to go for number 5 if we can do it. We're in a huge position to win the both constructors and drivers championships with only 6 races to go. Is right. So, till then, let's see what wishes come true. Good night.
Good night, all.
Right.
Right.